So how can you avoid your Facebook ad account to get shut down if you're trying to advertise in the aesthetics industry? So I've worked with dozens of clinics throughout the years, and it's a common problem that, they usually try to advertise themselves and then Facebook rejects some of their ads and eventually shuts down their entire Facebook ad account, which basically results in them not being able to leverage, Facebook ads and Instagram ads as a source of generating new clients. And that's actually a huge problem, and you can actually prevent it by just following some basic guidelines and also to follow some action steps in order to protect your account. And that's what we always recommend to our clients. And that's exactly what we're going to cover in today's video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going over what you can do yourself in order to avoid your Facebook ad account to get shut down ever again. Alright, so the first step that you want to do is you want to go to facebook.com/business/learn, and there you can actually find, a lot of free trainings and advertising guidelines by Facebook. And I would just recommend to take at least a couple of trainings. And it's not just for your knowledge, it's also that Facebook can, actually match the data that you as a person watch these trainings, and they can match it to your Facebook Business Manager account. So that's why I recommend to always, read these things. You can actually take a couple of trainings yourself, and just to get more familiar with how the advertising platform works. So then secondly, what you do after you did this, what you can do is you can actually check out Facebook's advertising policy, right? So there are a lot of rules when it comes to advertising in the aesthetics industry. For instance, you're not allowed to use before and afters. You can't zoom in too much on specific body parts, and you can make false claims. So it's actually a sensitive market to advertise in. So I would highly recommend to check this out as well. So you can see, for instance, images like this would not be allowed. Images like this, before and afters, that would not help. So this is basically, Meta's personal health and appearance advertising policy. So this is related to the aesthetics industry. But then you also have a more of a general advertising standards, which is this one. And I would highly recommend to check these out as well, because those include just, general rules of advertising. So those are basically the basics that you want to make sure to follow. And these will already help you a lot when it comes to, okay, what type of ads can I create and what type of ads can I not create? Make sure to check this out, because it will prepare you for advertising on Facebook and Instagram. So now you know the foundations. It's now time to log into your Facebook Business Manager account and update some of the settings. First step, what you need to do is go to business.facebook.com and then basically select your right Business Manager account. Mine is called Roel Peters. I just created a fake one, to basically just start from scratch here. But whenever you found it, the next step what you need to do is select all tools here and then click on Business Settings. And then your screen should look something like this, right? So you have all of these different tabs here. So the first thing that you want to be doing is you want to go to Brand Safety and click Domains. And now what you can do is you can click the blue add button and basically create a new domain or request access to a domain. I'm not going into the step-by-step process on how to do that, but what you can do is you can just do a quick Google search and basically search for verify your domain in business settings, and then you'll see this page. I will actually put it in the comments as well. You will see this page, and there you can see a step-by-step process on what you should do. So that's basically the first thing that you need to do, right? Then the next step, what you want to be doing is you want to scroll all the way down to Security Center. And normally what happens is you have the option here to click, verify your business. Right now it doesn't, because there are actually some more steps that you need to take in order to get that screen. But again, I'm not going into detail on how that process works. I'll save that for another video. But here, again, if you just do a quick Google search and search for, verify your business and business settings, it will bring you to this page. And then you can see, the step-by-step process on what needs to happen. And once your business is verified, that's when basically Facebook starts building trust with you as an advertiser, right? So these things help with, avoiding your Facebook ad account to get shut down ever again. Or if you have multiple ad accounts, just like we have, it just helps a lot. So those are basically the first two things. Then what you also need to do is make sure to set up two-factor authentication. That really helps as well. And obviously make sure to fill out your business info. So click business info, make sure to edit all of this information here. And then, you can basically, follow the steps here and make sure that everything is filled out in detail. So fill out as much as possible. And that's basically, the foundations when it comes to Facebook Business Manager. Now that we discussed Facebook Business Manager, it's actually time to move on to the Facebook ad account, because there are some steps that you need to take as well there. All right. So the next step is to go to your Facebook ad account, right? So if you're brand new and you just created a Facebook ad account, the first thing that you want to do is you want to go to the All Tools button and then click Billing and make sure to set up your payment method and make sure that it's right and that all payments come through, because if you have some failed payments, Facebook will actually start noticing that as well, and it just won't help with creating trust with Facebook basically. So after you updated the billing settings, what you want to be doing next is, before you're going to dump money into, you know, paid ads, you first want to have like, what I call this is like a warm-up campaign. Simply what you do is you're going to click the green button, create here, and you're going to select engagement. And then you click continue. All right, so now you can see basically these three different things here. So this is campaign level, ad set level, and ad level. So the campaign name, what I usually do is I just call it warm up. So warm up. And then what you need to do is, you know, you need to advertise with a little budget. So first of all, you're going to click Advantage campaign budget. And then I like to keep this at like $10 a day, just to slowly warm it up a bit. And then you click next. And now at this page, you can actually select your audience. So what you can do is, you know, first of all, what I always do is recommend click on your ad. And now engagement type, click on post engagement. Now the next step, what you're going to be doing is make sure to update your location to where your audience resides, right? So usually if you're in a medical spa, it's like a local audience. So you want to make sure to, you know, click edit here. And this is where you can actually search for location. So you could do, for instance, Houston. And then it will select Houston, right? So I'm not going into detail on how the targeting works. Just make sure to select the right area. And what I also do is I usually only like to select people living in this location, especially if you're trying to sell treatment packages spread out over a couple of weeks. You only want to be targeting people who live in a specific location, right? So then you do that. Basically, you can select age here and gender. For now, it doesn't really matter. I'll just leave this as it is. Now I click next. And now we're going to create the actual ad, right? So you need to make sure that you select the right Facebook page here and the right Instagram account. All right, so what you want to be doing is you can basically choose between a couple of different things here under ad setup. So you can click create ad, use existing post, or use Creative Hub Mockup. So you want to be going for use existing post. And then you're going to click select post. It will actually give you a list of the recent posts on your Facebook page. And you just want to select one that, you know, could use some extra engagement. This is not like a real campaign. This is just a warm-up campaign. Basically build trust and rapport with Facebook that you're actually, you know, like a legit advertiser. So it doesn't really matter which post you use because you're going to run this ad for like 1 week only. And then you can basically skip this part. And what you can do is then you can hit publish. You're basically going to spend $10 a day right now. And like I said, you want to keep this ad running for like 7 to 14 days until you turn it off. Because at this point, you'll probably have some payments coming through from Facebook and they saw, okay, that you're a legit advertiser. The payments came through correctly, no issues. And that's basically what you want to be doing first. And that's exactly how you can avoid your Facebook ad account to get shut down ever again. So just to summarize what we discussed. So first of all, the basics, the advertising blueprint, you know, the courses that you can take on Facebook itself. Then secondly, prepare your Facebook Business Manager account. And then thirdly, you need to make sure to warm up your Facebook ad account first. So then whenever you start running these ads, make sure to comply with the ad policy and then you'll be good to go. But if you're following all of these guidelines and still you get the notification that your Facebook ad account was shut down, there is a workaround on how you can solve it. And that's what I'm going to be discussing next. We figured out a script that works extremely well that you can basically send to the Facebook support team. And 9 out of 10 times what happens is if you send that specific script, they will actually reactivate your account and you'll be able to start advertising again. So let me actually share my screen again with you. All right, so let's get straight into the script, right? So the first thing what happens after Facebook shuts down your ad account is you will get an email and a Facebook notification like, hey, your ad account has been restricted or been shut down or disabled, something like that. And in that email, they basically say what policy you violated. And then there's also a link to request a review. So that's what you want to be doing. You want to be clicking that link, follow the steps until you can basically have like a text column where you can write something. But the next thing that you want to do is you want to use this exact script because we have been using this script, I think maybe 10 or 20 times already. And it has been like 9 out of 10 times it works to get your account reactivated. Let me actually zoom in a bit. This is exactly like you can just copy and paste this, right? So dear Facebook support team, I'm writing a response to the ad account. And then you basically just name of the ad account here. That got disabled when I was editing some ads today. So you might want to change up some words depending on, you know, what you were doing. So yeah, make sure to just, you know, make some screenshot or just, yeah, that you follow the script. I'm not going over every part of it. Like you can just read it, just pause the screen and read it. And then we've been running ads on this specific ad account for almost, for instance, 4 weeks right now, but we've been advertising on Facebook for over 3 years. You can mention this if you have been advertising using another ad account, for instance. Otherwise, you can just skip this part. However, when I just published some changes to the ad account name, ad account, our ad account got disabled. We managed to delete the 2 ads that we think are the reason that our ad account got disabled just before it actually got disabled. So you might want to play around with this part a bit, depending on like the action steps that you took already. But this is important. The reason that this account got disabled is because of, and then you want to mention the reason that they gave you, like what policy you violated and what was the trigger for them to disable it. That's super important. And then mention, and I studied the exact policy towards unacceptable business practices again and realized the misunderstanding. In this part, what you basically do is you want to emphasize, hey, I understand the ad policy, how it works. And we never had any issues. We've been advertising for months, years already, etc., etc. And then you want to basically copy and paste this part, make sure that they understand, like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. And then like before the end, I basically emphasize, hey, my business relies heavily on the positive impact of the Facebook ads that I run. So I would highly appreciate it if my ad account could get reactivated so I can continue creating eligible ads that follow Facebook's advertising guidelines. Best regards, and then your name. If you follow this exact script, you will see that 9 out of 10 times they will actually approve it and they will reactivate your account. But you just need to make sure that the basics are set up as well, right? So the Facebook Business Manager part, the Facebook Ads Manager part, following the Facebook advertising guidelines, and only then this works basically. So yeah, if your ad account is shut down at the moment, feel free to just use this exact script. And if it got reactivated again, please let me know in the comments. It's always nice to hear something like that. But yeah, this is basically how the script works. And that was it for today's video. So I hope you got some value out of this video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so we can grow the channel, and see you in the next one.